Well, hello everyone, my name is Passek, FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. First off, before I get going anywhere, I've got a really bad cold, so if I start coughing, I apologize. But I got to get some videos done, so because I'm heading down to the Denver fly fishing show in a week and a half here, and I've got nothing to go up on my site, so got to get her done. So today in the vise, we have a Hends BL 550 clink hammer hook. It's one of my favorite hooks from Hens for Chironomids. So this is going to be a kind of a green Chironomid, two-tone kind of, but you'll see. It's one of my go-to green Chironomids, especially earlier in the season. So, and I'll explain the materials as I go. So we have whatever size hook you're going to use. This is a size 12. I think this is I can't even remember what size bead this is. I'd have to go back and take a look. But whatever size hook matches your the bead. Okay, flat black preferably. And I'm going to start off with just some nano silk just for this very first step, and then I'm going to change anyway. But just for the very first step here, just because nano silk is so thin, I use nano silk for this. And I'm going to use a little bit of poly yarn for the or Antron, whatever you guys like for your gills. And then I just crank that back a little ways. Cut that off at a bit of an angle if you can. Take my whip finisher. Just whip finish that off. You can put a dab of head cement there if you'd like, but I never do. And then I'm just going to cut that to my length that I like. Sorry for my hands in the way. I should have left that a little longer, but okay. So about that long. So if you take a look just past, about halfway past the eye, then I'm going to take some, this is Danville's 70 denier in the wine. And I'm just going to attach that and bring that back all the way, not caring too much about touching wraps at this point. Just get all the way back around that corner, around that bend, almost to the vise. And then I'm just going to flatten this thread a little bit. It doesn't flatten quite as nice as nano silks or GSPs, but then in touching wraps, it's going to come up a bit and then open turns, go back to the front. Finish that off. Cut that off. Then I'm going to go in with some of my watery olive or light olive, whatever brand you like. I'm just going to come all the way back to there. And then kind of openish wraps. I kind of want a little bit of the red to show through at the back end there. And then just come all the way forward, all the way back to about there, and then forward again. Flatten my thread when I get back up here. Kind of flatten it a little bit. Back again. A little bit further. Back forward. And then I'm going to add my silver 0.1 mil or small wire. Sorry, that's a lie. I'm going to add this first. It's ABS. Okay, I'm going to add some ABS to it first. Just in kind of open wraps up to the red, where the red is there, and then back again. Not too worried about the little bumps at this time because I'm going to finish with one last little cleanup wrap. And then silver wire. And bring that all the way back. Again to roughly where that red starts. Flatten my thread. And do a nice green body here. Okay, take my silver and wrap it forward, leaving enough room for my ABS to go in between, which will still leave room for my green to show through. I'm just going to give this a half hitch so I don't bump it off. And I'm going to bring my magnifying glass around so I can see those wire wraps. And I'm just going to come and I'm going to be on the inside of that wire wrap. Inside of that wire wrap. Now you could use 0.2 if you want a little bit more of that segmented look. And come to the front, tie that off. Take my whip finishing tool. Just get right onto the, right behind that bead. Make sure that's nice and tight. Don't pull too hard if you've got a weaker thread. If you've got a nano silk or something like that, then you don't have to worry, but cut that off. And then I'll just coat that quickly with some Sallies. Now if you want to even a more of a segmented look, like I said, go with a 0.2 mil or go with a black wire or olive wire. Just something to stand out a bit more than that silver does. Because the silver really doesn't stand out much here. It's more for just, it helps keep the fly together, and it's more of a guide for your, when you're wrapping your ABS. There she is. And I'll do a couple of coats of that. I'll set this on the side on one of my little alligator clips here. And then I'll do, like I got about a dozen of those alligator clips. I'll do a dozen, and then I'll go back and I'll put a second coat on each of them. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that little red butt really helps. It just makes it stand out. The other way I do this one is I tie it without the red butt, tie it exactly the same, and at the front I'll do either red or I don't have, yeah, an orange hot spot right at the very front. So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. And if you subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, please consider doing so. And we'll see you guys on the next tying video. Tie lines.